I'm going to show you today one way that can really increase your chances of getting down to that elusive single figure handicap. And it's for anyone. Anyone can do it. You really can. Don't forget, hit that link below to get on the waiting list for lessons with myself here at Whittleby Park Golf Club. Click on that web link. Don't forget, sign up now. Single figure. To a lot of you golfers out there, it seems so elusive. That means around 18 holes round of golf, we have to have 9 bogeys and 9 pars. That's the simplistic version. And if you can't make 9 pars in a round of golf, you are going to struggle to get down to that single figure level. But for me, one of the best goals you can achieve is by making sure you don't hit any disaster shots. And that's what really ramps up your score. So most of you hopefully watching this, I can imagine you've made a fair few pars during your rounds, even the odd few birdies here and there. You might even be averaging 1 or 2 birdies around and averaging 4, 5, 6 pars plus per round of golf. Good for you, but you're still not off that single digit handicap. And what is the reason? It's because you're throwing in some big numbers, your 6s, your 7s, your 8s, your 9s per hole. But why is that happening? It's because you're not keeping the ball in play. You have to keep that ball in play. It's when that golf ball goes out of bounds, trees, water, that's when the scores add up. That's when you can't recover. And that's when those scores add up. Double bogey, triple bogey, quad, everything and above. They look like a cricket score at the end of your round of golf. And it's so frustrating because you mix all those lovely birdies and pars in with some absolute horror bag holes. So this is a great way of making sure that you get rid of those horror bag holes. The best way of doing it is by keeping, as I say, the ball in play. But how do we keep the ball in play? We have to make sure that your club face is very square at impact. What do we mean by square? Club face needs to be pointed at your target at impact. So it doesn't matter where we are to begin with. It has a slight influence, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have a massive influence. It matters where your club face is at impact. That's by far and away the most important thing. Now, I'm going to be really controversial here because one of the big influences that a lot of people read about is the grip has a huge influence on where that club face is. Now, yes, that is absolutely spot on. But I'm going to want you to keep your grip that you've got at the moment, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's strong, whether it's weak, whatever it might be, okay? Because I've seen some horrific grips still do a really good job. I've still seen some absolutely awful grips get that club face repeatedly back to square. So that's fine. So for the purpose in this video, I want you to keep your grip. But here's what we need to try and do. So ideally, we need to feel that club face pointing at our target at impact. So I've got a lovely drill to help that happen, to help make that happen. What I want you to do, I want you to put your golf club, I've got a 7-iron here. I want you to put your golf club on the ground just outside your right foot. And what I want you to do, I want you to scrape your golf club along the ground, but all the way through, keeping that club face pointing at your target. Okay, so you just do this really slowly to begin with. Keep that club head on the floor. Feel like we're scraping the club. Give it a good push into the ground. Scrape that club along that ground there, but make sure your face is pointing at the target. At no point should it rotate dramatically this way. At no point should we be pushing it out there. Keeping that face pointing at your target, scraping that club along the ground. And you'll notice what happens. Your body goes with you, your lower body in particular goes with you. And you'll notice how at impact, when we get to the golf ball here, we're in a great impact position just by feeling that club head in contact with the ground, but the club face pointing at our target for longer, because that's what happens at impact. That club face stays squarer for longer through impact. And that is what's going to get you down to that next level. That's what's going to keep you in play. When we do this drill, we can work our way back a little bit further back, still feel like club's in the contact with the ground for a long time, but still feel like that club face, again, really slowly, is pointing at the target for longer. And the longer you can keep that club face pointing at the target for longer and get the feeling of that, it just makes it a lot easier as you build your swing up to get that feeling for where that club face should be. And then we can do some full practice swings, again, some nice easy swings, but feeling like you're pointing that club face at the target through the hitting zone for much longer. And when you do that, you'll see massive improvement in the results at the starting direction of that golf ball, which is going to bring that handicap right down. Keep the ball in play. It is crucial.